Hey guys, Lex Gray here. I found an interesting game today. It's basically a mix of GTA Vice City meets Karen RPG. A very interesting twist when I was going through the book, and I didn't really think much about it until I reached the very end, and I'll show you why. So let's go to the table and talk about it. So this is Miami 86 role-playing game. Exactly as it sounds. Not much more to talk about. But, like I said, it's fitting because I came across Karen Second Edition recently, a box set which had extra player guides, character sheets, etc. Now, for this one, I just got the book itself. And you can actually find this online. It has its own itch page, along with a free one-page version of it. Now, we will go through some parts of the book. I don't want to give away everything. Again, it's on itch. I think it's like $10. But again, the one-page RPG is right here. You can, it's a very rules light system, like Karen. You can spring off of that. I mean, Miami 86, there's limitless material there. Think Scarface. And the fact that one page is like a demo for it, you make the character, and if you are enjoying the game when you play it, go for the actual $10 book. So again, I found this actual game at a local store, game store. So after we go through parts of the book, I'm going to make a character off of the one page. So that gives you a little taste of how things are from the free demo. Okay, so put that aside. This is the book. It's very clean, great design, and the art here in the front is basically Back to the Future vibes with a DeLorean there. Cocaine cowboys, high speed chases, and deadly shootings in the vice filled 80s Miami. It's just screaming cheesy 80s. And so, of course, there's great artwork in parts of the book. It has these two rules here. Rule one, fun over the rules, basically, rulings over rules, and then fun over realism. Then, just a quick little some guidelines here. And what I love about these types of games is that the character creation is near the beginning, which I feel is the best spot for that. This is the character creation process. Similar to Karen, you have names, backgrounds, and appearances, traits. That's basically what you would expect. Stats, you have the three usual. You got strength, dexterity, will. And it's the typical D20, 3D6 results. I'm assuming in this game that you have no attack rolls, but I've not gone through the game thoroughly. We have gears, and of course, compared to Karen, we actually have guns this time. And then we have all these parts here. We got vehicles. So I'm going to skip through some parts here. I don't want to give away everything, but just you can get a little peek here. There is one part here. There's a campaign setting too. There is one part here that I love, and it is very brief, but it is a solo portion. It's right here. So let's, sorry, my apologies. It's a little further back, I believe. Solo play. I know it's near the end here. There it is. Solo toolkit. Now, this is a great sign. Solo RPGing is becoming so fast, so popular. It's no longer a niche. I've been calling it a niche for most of my channel, but because I've been seeing so many other solo play channels on here, it's very inspiring. The fact that a lot of these independent games, and even the big producers like Dragonbane, which I think is Free League, if I'm not mistaken, put solo engines or at least solo supplements after the initial release is mind-boggling. And I love that. So again, the fact it's in this game here is very inspiring for the game itself, the type of method of playing solo RPGs. So here is the solo engine. Pressure points, yes, no, Oracle. There's open-ended questions, the Spark Table, adventures, and that's it. Then there is an actual intro adventure, which is an extra benefit. Then the ending is a kind of a little recap of the rules here. Saves, which again, this is all from Karen. But this is the character sheet right here in the very back. Well, near the back. There's also a map of the Miami style coastal city. So this is the character sheet. Unfortunately, I have printed the actual character sheet for our next portion of the video, which we will make a character. And here is my very original idea. I basically want to make a Steven Seagal type of character, not, you know, a demigod who's perfect and can get all the women who are basically his daughter's age, but I'm going to make a younger Steven Seagal character. We'll change the name out to avoid any problems, and we'll use the one-page version of the game. So got my dice here on the side, and let's go through the process here. Again, very simple. We'll also change his name a little bit. We'll call him Steven with the PH. Oops, Steven with PH, if I can even write what I'm saying. Steven. Seagal. There we go. It's French. Steven Seagal. Okay, so the year is 1986. You and your friends are new to Miami's electrifying streets, eager to make a name for yourselves. Big dreams come with big risks, and every move could lead to glory or ruin. Work for Kingpins, become one, or die trying. The city is yours to conquer. Again, I'm getting GTA Vice City vibes, because GTA Vice City is by far my favorite version out of all of them, and I played all of them, even the first. So, roll 3d6 to determine each ability. Strength, dexterity, willpower. You can swap any two. Roll 1d6 to determine your starting HP. That is exactly like Karen. And that's why I picked this game up in an instant. So let's do 3d6 per attribute. We'll do first for strength. So we... okay. If it was Seagal, it'll be 666. And there's multiple meanings to that. So we have 3, 5, 7. I'm going to put it just above so we can swap them eventually. Then we have dexterity. He is not very fast, but again, he's young and nimble, so early 20s or late 20s, early mid 20s. He's not his 2000 self, or he's the size of Willie Mammoth. We have 5'10", or at least my size. I'm a big guy. So we have 10 and then 12 for dexterity. I know which ones I'm going to swap. And then willpower. That's definitely going to be willpower. 4, 5. I'm going to put that willpower. There's like no hesitation there whatsoever. But for strength, I'm going to put 12. And then 7 will be the dexterity. I actually think that's pretty suitable. Yeah, I'd say those scores are good for our younger Steven Seagal. So let's put that dice to the side. 1d6 to roll for HP. 2? Okay. That's not too worrisome. Remember, in Karen, when you lose HP, it starts to cut away from your attributes, depending on the attack you're taking, I believe. And strength is typically the first one to go if it's physical combat. So, let's see. We have to roll, pick a background. Well, I'm going to just pick one. Ex-convict, ex-cop, driver, high school kid, boxer, and blue-collar worker. Steven Seagal is typically all of those, plus hundreds of other things, like CIA or ex-CIA, ex-FBI, ex-DEA, federal marshal, air marshal, penguin, dolphin. He's everything. Helicopter pilot, doctor, masseuse. I'm thinking background, we might just stick to the first 6 here, again, just to give you guys experience of this free edition, or this one-page edition. But what is closest to Seagal? Well, I've seen him do a lot of ex-convict roles, like in Flight of Fury, which is one of my favorite Seagal films. So let's do ex-convict, or actually, I think he's like an ex... I don't remember exactly. They all blend in very well. So let's do ex-convict. I'm okay with that. Seagal has played that. He tries to play the hero, but it always turns out to be the villain, in my eyes. Pick your age, or roll a 1d100 and re-roll. I'll pick the age. I'd say 20, again, kind of a younger version of Seagal. Let's say 24. He's just out of college, and college, I'm meaning how to murder people, essentially, or at least how to act in terrible movies. Pick and roll, and well, we have a name already. 3d6 plus 10 for your starting dollar amount. I was about to say gold piece as well. Let's roll 3d6, 10 plus 10. We have 9, 10. Oh, okay. Well, 20 bucks. Let's see. Put a 20 right here. There we go. And stuff. So that. Okay. We have stuff here. Doesn't say what to do with the stuff. I could buy the stuff, or I'm just going to give him the stuff. So there is fists. Of course, he has his fists. I mean, that's obvious. Let's put that in the inventory, or maybe traits, I think. So as you can see, what I'm just noticing here, this does not have the traits that the book has. So again, it's very compressed, one-page edition. We're going to stick to the page though. I could just say he looks like a 90s Seagal, early 90s Seagal. So let's just say that. So yeah, he looks like early 90s Seagal. There we go. That's really all you need to know for traits. And we have items here, so fists, 1d4. I'll put that in his inventory. He does fight with his fists a lot. He's a keto, whatever he does, with his chops and slaps. Fake gun, will save to intimidate. Knife, what other? He does usually have every single type of weapon in existence, especially a katana. Let's do a knife. We'll give him that. You can carry only up to 4 items. There's also possessions here. Knife does 1d6. I'm assuming you're supposed to take this away from your money amount, but I'm just kind of giving them the stuff. Vehicle. If I carry this character over into an actual one-shot, which I'm very tempted to, I might just give him a weapon, or I'm sorry, vehicle and items. So let's see, what if we do for the third item? So let's do a flashlight, or not the third item, third item, flashlight. I'm surprised it doesn't have a damage die on that. We have, let's see, rope, walkie-talkie, Coke, retail, per gram, per kilo. There's ammo, which I'm assuming would be useful. Rope, duct tape, clothes. Well, he needs clothes. So I'm going to say that's just in his possessions. Clothes, which is expected. And bottle of water, meal. He would just go to the nearest Burger King for that. Walkie-talkies. I think that's fine for now. So the rules are here. You got the saves, you got inventory, 4 slots. 1 is always a success, 20 is always a failure. HP into takes the PC's ability to avoid getting hurt. It's not lost during combat. Recover after a few moments. Healing, combat, damage. So combat, I'm interested to see if they carry over the Karen rule. Players go first. Attacker rolls their weapon die and deals their... Yep, there's no attack roll. Next save. Yeah. Similar rules. Multiple attackers. Target the same foe. Roll all damage dice and get the single highest result. That's just like Karen. Damage. Yep. Driving is obviously new. Leveling up after completing a major job. Increase your HP 1d6. Roll 1d20 for each ability. If the roll is higher than the ability, increase by 1. There's a little bestiary here, quote-unquote bestiary. Bestiary, however you pronounce it. With civilian, you have goon, giant alligator. Of course, there is El Gordo. Got the kingpin, random job creator. So yeah, there you go. That's we would draw Seagal's picture here, and yeah. I am not an artist, but I get hate for this at times. I use AI a lot for my images on my channel here. I'm actually tempted to draw Seagal. Again, if I do this for a one-shot in the future, I've been saying that for a long time now because I'm a big Seagal fan. Not him as a person, him as B-movie crap. So, yeah, I might actually just draw him terribly. Not a stick figure, just actually try to draw an outline of him, which would take up the whole entire... I would have to print like 24 by 36 printout, but I'm sure I can fit into this little 2x3 frame. So yeah, that's really it. That's Miami 86. I'm sorry, I should have verified this. It's not a review. It's just kind of an exploration. Show the book a little bit. Give you a taste of the one-page edition and the character sheet making the character itself. So we have no armor. I forgot to mention that. I'm trying to see if there is armor here. Clothing. Nope, I don't see any armor. So I'm sure it's in the book. I think we did go through that before I close the video off here. We have gears and stuff, 25. There's gears and stuff. I'm just curious what the armor is in this. I'm sure there's like bulletproof vest. Let's see. Armor, yep. You have a riot shield, light vest, medium vest, heavy vest, and of course it goes up to +3. Okay, that's good to know. So I believe, I'm confident that I will obviously make the character for a one-shot using the actual book. So this will just a little kind of test run with no armor. But anyways, thank you for watching. Hope this was useful. If this does inspire you to look at this game. And as always, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.